We are off to go and experience the Christmas markets of Germany the traditional way. Unfortunately, I can't be too traditional because I've got a HYROX at like 9 in the morning tomorrow. So Tanisha's going to have to drink for both of us. She said that she's committing to at least 5 steins all to herself in one night. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah?
Let's go carb up after this. Put my protons in.
They tasted it. But that was it.
There's carbs other than the fruit.
So okay, I'm just gonna take it light, you know. I'm gonna weigh himself down.
Okay, so we're back. We completed the HYROX, which was a little bit of a concern of mine before going into it, given the fact that I had a couple of niggles, and I was a bit concerned that some of the movements were going to flare some certain injuries up. But thankfully, I mean, fingers crossed, I'm going to be fine tomorrow morning as well. But you know, for the moment, everything was fine, and we completed it. How did it go? I know that's the first question I'm going to be asked. It went okay. Like, obviously, I think given how the last couple of weeks have gone, I was just happy just to kind of get it done. I had a time in mind before. To summarize, I didn't quite hit it. I'll keep the time to myself for now. But you know, it's the time that I want to beat in future, which at the end of the day was where I kind of shifted my goalposts to anyway. So, you know, I got what I wanted out of the weekend. In summary, how did everything go? Okay, so I'm going to start with the stuff that was way harder than I thought it would be. Sled pull was crazy. Like, unfortunately, that was the first time that Tanisha saw me as well. Like, or at least I saw Tanisha, because she was spectating. And if you've ever been to a HYROX before, it's a bit weird. Like the movement and stuff. Like she basically had to do up cross country to come and see me on every occasion. But yeah, that was the first time I saw her, and it was obviously like the second exercise as well. I was blowing. Like it was tough. Oh my god, I got a blister
Ooh.
on my finger.
Mm.
Can you see it?
Not really.
Damn, I'll show.
See, if you use hand cream, that wouldn't be there.
I don't know what that blister's from, but I got it. Anyway, sled pull, that's probably from the sled pull to be fair, was rough. Like that took me a long time. Like I don't know if you saw me ask the lady as well.
That's what.
Because I was like, because for the sled push before, sled push was way easier than I thought it was going to be, by the way. Like, not to, you know, but it was, everyone said that one was like, be prepared for that one. I didn't feel too shit during that one, so positive. But you had to just go up and down, and then you were done with the sled push. Sled pull, you had to go up, down, up, down. And when I did the up, down, I was like, is it definitely like 4 or is it 2? And then she was like 4, 4. I also got a penalty during the sled pull, so now that one is that's just my bad omen. The other thing that was proper fucking difficult was the sandbag lunges. 20 kilos in Germany is not 20 kilos at Fierce. Like, yeah, I've been training with obviously a 20-kilo sandbag and doing lunges, and don't get me wrong, they've been hard, but like I've been able to do them. I was, Jesus Christ. For those that are able to reach out to her, just ask Tanisha how much I looked like I was gonna fucking throw up during the sandbag lunges. Like it was a lot. So yeah, sled pull, sandbag lunges, they were tricky. The other thing that was like a little bit harder than I probably gave it credit for was the runs. Yeah, the runs and the rock zone, which is the time in between exercises and runs. That stuff was hard. Like yeah, I was walking way more than I thought I would. Um, so yeah, so those three things, it's in their room for improvement kind of thing. On to the more positive things, the burpees was surprisingly, like, don't get me wrong, they weren't easy, but they were a little bit easier than I probably thought they would be. They were tough. I'd probably say like maybe top three hardest movements. But in training, they've been by far my worst thing. Like, I was dreading them, and they were the thing after the sled pull as well. Like, yeah, I thought I was gonna fucking die before going into it, but then after, like during, I was like, this is really hard, but I can just do it. I just got to kind of mentally kind of lock in and get them done, kind of thing. And like I said before, the other thing that was a little bit better was the sled push. My best movement was probably the farmer's carry. That was like, I flew during that one. I was very happy with that. I think I was because I was looking at like average times for all of them, and obviously I wanted to kind of try and beat average times. Obviously that didn't go too great in some instances, but the farmer's carry, I'm pretty confident I did that in less than 2 minutes, like maybe a minute and a half. So yeah, that one was sweet. Overall, the atmosphere and everything was great. Like I definitely want to do another one at some point. I'll potentially do a doubles, but I've got to convince someone to be as like crackhead as me to kind of actually want to. I've got to convince someone to actually like want to do one with me. So that's a task in itself, and then I've got to train with them. So maybe it'll be a singles, but yeah, I definitely want to do some form of HYROX again. And just to prove that I have actually completed it, I got the finishers badge. But yeah, it was a very fun experience overall. Anyways, I stink, so time to go and have a bath, and then yeah, we'll see what exploring we can do. Because surprisingly, like I say, I don't feel as wrecked as I thought I probably would. Like I've prepared Tanisha to be like, yeah, we'll do our exploring on Friday and maybe a bit on Sunday, but Saturday after the race, like let's not plan anything concrete because I may just want to like go to bed basically straight after. But yeah, I don't feel surprisingly too bad. I still feel like I gave it everything. So overall, I am happy with how I did. Yeah, like those last few wall balls, they were amazing. Also, if you struggle with the wall balls at all, for anyone that's like, perhaps training for one, don't be scared to ask for a box. I asked for a box, and I think without that box, I'd have probably blown my abductor out. So, yeah, if you need to ask for one, don't think you're being a pussy by asking one. Just do it, kind of thing. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go and start to smell nice again, and yeah, catch you later. Okay, that's the trip over. We've been to the Christmas market for the last time, and yeah, overall, I'd say a solid 5 out of 7 trip.
Yeah.
And now it's time to film some cringy TikToks and go home and watch some Hunger Games on the plane.
Yeah.
So,
Still the camera.